Okay guys, I just need to apologise about last night that I didn't do the second video of the Random in Minecraft World for Adventure, just because the internet went off on me and I didn't have any time to be able to do it, so apologies about that. So we are doing it for today. So in the last video I talked about what's so great about Adventure, so I kind of went through about what's good about Adventure, like what's good about it and all that kind of thing, and I think it went really well. So today we're going to be talking about the basics of it. So the basics of Adventure mode. And now, basically, Adventure is it's basically like a survival game where you have to get the right tools for the job and you can build whatever you want in it. And at the moment I've been getting used to Adventure. I've been using Adventure for quite a while now in Minecraft and all that. Obviously, only the time it only works is in this version, because obviously on PC, it actually doesn't work on PC. I know that they do have it on PC, but for some reason it doesn't work. I don't know why. It must be like a bug or something, but they will probably be fixing that at some point. And I'm not sure whether it works on Better Together. I think it probably works on that version though, but not on the not on the PC. It doesn't, because apparently it just doesn't work. So yeah, that's really annoying. So yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the basics of Adventure. So what's basically the basics of what is like Adventure mode supposed to be, by the way. What's it supposed to be, by the way? So the basics of Adventure. So we're going to start off by what it is at the moment. So Adventure mode is basically a survival world where you can do whatever you want on it. You can wander about. It's kind of the aim on wandering, basically, because when you look at it, it's called Adventure, and what they mean by Adventure is you can basically wander whenever you want, and you've got to use the right tools. So it's kind of like a wandering sort of mode, where you can do whatever you want. You don't have to build anything or anything like that, and you just have to do that, by the way. And another bonus about Adventure is basically every time when you lose a heart, you don't get your heart back up, by the way. I think it's either heart or food, or your hunger, I can't remember how it works. But basically, every single time when you take damage, you've got to eat up and all that. So I know that's one thing that happens in Adventure. I know that you've got to keep aware on that. I think it actually works on both of them. So if you lose any food by fighting someone, like a googly or something like that, I think your hunger just stays as it is, and then you've got to go and get some food and eat it up. So I think your hunger just stays as it is. I think that works for hearts as well. So every single time when you're fighting a googly or something like that, your hearts don't go back up. So you've got to keep like eating food or something like that. Oh, well, you got to keep eating, and you've got to get your hunger up completely to get your hearts back up. So yeah, that's the two things you need to be aware of Adventure. You need to be doing that. Another thing I am going to say, I know that I did say this in the last video, what I was talking about, but I might as well explain it again. And that is about the right tools, by the way. So yeah, so obviously you want an axe to cut trees, you want a shovel to mine grass, mining for a pickaxe, a hoe for like farming when you find a village and all that sort of thing. So basically you need all that, by the way. And oh, well, land mansion. Well, I'm not going to explore that in this video. I'll probably will do it in another video, but it won't be in today's video. Yeah, I'll probably do that in a talking video at some point about that. Yeah, that's kind of the way how Adventure mode is supposed to work. But the basics of it at the moment is basically just get practice on it. Like, obviously, there's a lot of people out there that don't even play on Adventure, and there is a few people that have played on Adventure. But basically, at the moment about Adventure is it's kind of like a mode where you can do whatever you want, and you don't have to build much and stuff like that. And it's basically kind of a mode where you've got to get used to it. You've got to get used to all this and stuff like that, and that's what you got to do, by the way. And at the moment, I've been getting used to it for quite a while now. Like, obviously, I've been getting used to Adventure for I don't even know how long I've been getting used to it now. I think for quite a while now I've been getting used to it, because I think they bring it out, and I think like 2011 or something. I think they bring it out. So obviously when Minecraft was like back in 2010, 2009, it was only survival and creative, and until they actually added adventure mode. I can't remember what year it was. I might have to have a look at it, see what year it came out on. But I'm pretty sure it was about 2011. I think adventure mode came out. And basically adventure mode's been running for quite a while, and there is a lot of people out there that don't really run on it too much, because there's a lot of people that don't like adventure mode. Like, they don't really like it because like you've got to use the right tools and all that. And at the moment I don't really mind it. Like, only the thing that I might be doing in adventure is, the most important thing is probably wandering. Like, only the thing you can probably build is only a house in the mountain or something like that. That's kind of only the other thing. But at the moment I don't know. But that's kind of one of the most important things about it, that you probably are gonna like. And obviously pickaxe for mining and that sort of thing. If you want to build like maybe a better house or something like that in the ground or something like that. I don't really particularly know how it works, but I have been getting used to it a little bit more since I have been on it. I've been getting used to it and stuff like that. There is kind of a few things I've been getting used to about and all that sort of thing. And I know that it only works on console, it doesn't work on Bedrock or PC or anything like that. But at the moment, I think, to be honest, I think it's quite a good mode, to be fair. Like, I have been getting used to it and stuff, and there's been a lot of times I've been using it and that sort of thing. And to be honest, you just gotta be aware of it. And at the moment, it's just gotta be a thing that you kind of have to do at the moment. Like, you have to kind of just basically get used to it and stuff like that, and you just gotta keep doing all that and that sort of thing. And when you do get used to it, you keep getting a bit better. Like, obviously, I'm a lot better at adventure mode now, because when I first got into playing adventure, I didn't even know what it was basically until I got used to it, and I realised that I think I looked up on Google about it, and I looked on it, and I realised it was a version where you got to use everything right and stuff like that. And then after that, I started getting used to it. Like, I started playing adventure mode for quite a while back then, and but I don't play it as much anymore anyway now. But I used to play it a lot, by the way, back in the past, and I used to love playing on it and stuff. But for now, I don't really bother with it anymore. Like, I still like playing in it, but at the moment, it's not that good anymore, just because there's not a lot of stuff you can do in adventure apart from just wandering, like as in the title. So I know that there's a lot of things you can do in it, and there's a lot of stuff that you can't do in it. But at the moment, it's kind of a thing that you need to get used to if you are going an adventure. And there's a lot of people out there that don't bother with adventure. Like, there's a lot of people that don't really bother with it. And at the moment, though, that's people's opinions. Like, if they're not bothered about it, that's up to them. But at the moment, about me, I think it's alright, but it can't beat survival, to be honest. Like, survival's got to be better, just because that this has got to be like way down on the bottom. And at the moment, I just don't think it'll be that good, to be honest. I just don't think it'll be as a good mode, to be honest. I just really don't think it'll be very good. And yeah, I just don't really like it as much, to be honest. It'll be okay in one way, and then it might be okay in another way. But yeah, I just don't think it'll be that great at all, to be honest with you. So what I'll do at some point is I will do a top on this, and I might talk about like my top 3 modes or something that I like or something, because I know that there is a few top videos that I need to do on Minecraft stuff, so I need to do them at some point. But yeah, I know that one of them I want to do is all the game modes in Minecraft. So I know that there's only 3 of them altogether, but I know that I do want to do one of them at some point. Talking about which one's my favourite one altogether. So I'm going to do I'm going to do one on that at some point. Well, obviously I don't know when, but I'll try and do that at some point, and yeah, see how it goes on there, and stuff like that. But adventure mode, the basics, it's absolutely easy. Just get used to it, and when you do get used to it, in the end, it'll be really good. And that's kind of what you have to do in adventure, and you have to keep your basics very well in it and stuff like that. You have to just keep doing that, and when you've done all that, you'll be all right. And yeah, just keep up what you're doing and stuff, and you get easy and stuff like that. So it'll be very easy in the end, anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much all the basics, really. I think I've pretty much gone through all the basics. I'm not sure if there's actually anything else, but if there is any more, I will probably do another video about it. But that's not going to be today. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I've kind of said, really, about adventure mode. So I'm not sure if this will be on next week, or I might be doing one of the other ones. I don't know, but I'll let you know if I do end up doing this next week, and there'll be another thing about adventure, or there might be something else, but I'll have to see. Apologies yet again, it is on Monday, and it went on yesterday, but it will be back to normal next Sunday if I do end up doing this again. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video in this world. Bye!